All right, we're gonna get right to it. So apologies because yesterday's stream was pretty expedited because I was still on duty. It was annoying. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna finish up the section that we were working on last night. Then tomorrow we'll carry on. But what's today? The 27th. As mentioned, I am getting deployed on the 1st. This will be done. This whole narrative will be done on the 1st. You guys just have to be patient, and the video will be out eventually. I'll have time to get the video done, at least, but the narrative will get done before I leave. Let's carry on, let's not waste time. The way the Ushiromiya family treats furniture isn't accidental. It is the result of the culture and hierarchy that governs Rokinjima. Top of this hierarchy is Kinzo, and Rose is at the bottom of the core family. Those outside of the family exist to support that system, and the furniture are firmly at the bottom. Calling them furniture reinforces this order. It serves as a reminder that they are considered less than human. It serves as a reminder they are considered less than human, are expected to obey, and never overstep their position. Kinzo's influence is central to this mindset. He is the one who popularized the term furniture, and his worldview shapes how Rokinjima functions. Kinzo believes deeply in contracts, ownership, and absolute order. To him, servants are bound to service and their purpose. To him, servants are bound to service and to fulfill their purpose. His children inherit this language, and with it, his mindset toward the furniture. Okay. By adopting this term, family, they create emotional distance towards the furniture because again, they're not considered human. Emotional distance. Referring, yeah. It makes it easier to demand loyalty. Without referring to the servants in a derogatory manner makes it easier. Loyalty without question. Referring to the servants in a derogatory manner makes it easier to demand loyalty without question. It becomes easier to issue commands. It becomes easier to issue commands. It's easier to issue commands to ignore discomfort. And the biggest thing, they're not acknowledging them as equals, because again, you are below us. You're not even human, if that makes any sense. If I do have to say something in regards to the next couple of months, it's going to be awkward streaming in a hotel room. I already know that kind of just could be asked, but again, I do like showing my work. It's good for validation purposes, and it's good keeping video archive just in case some crazy stuff happens. And trust me, some crazy stuff has happened in the past before. But Pretty soon it'll go by fast. And in April, I'll be back here. Hopefully going home soon. I did not go home for Christmas or New Year's, which is, I'm sad about that. It becomes easier to issue commands to ignore discomfort and to avoid acknowledge them as equals. But most definitely, this will be released after New Year's. Because from what I've been told, we're working on a. It's not going to be a crazy work schedule. We'll get days off. So on my days off, I'll be able to fully commit to this. I just gotta find the time to get the video done. But the narrative will be done before I leave. The video will take a bit until I get settled in. The environment. How they are seen. Yeah, because Shannon and Kanon grew up in this. Yeah, characters. They grew up surrounded by this language and absorbed it as a fact. If that makes sense. You're less than human. Alright, I'm less than human then. Characters like Shannon and Kanon grew up surrounded by this language, absorbing it as fact. Being called furniture. They didn't simply describe their job. They pretty much defined their worth. Again, Umineko does a good job of just showing this as they're not showing it in a malicious way. They're just showing it as an everyday part of life over there at Rokenjima. That's actually a good sentence right there. Umineko. IOUS. IOUS. And you know what the sad thing about it is? Like the Ushiromiyas don't need to actively dehumanize them. The whole entire structure does that for them. and everything just feels natural at the end of the day. The Ushiromiya family, in a sense. I'm still thinking what's the next one gonna be after this. It's either gonna be an Angie one or I might do the stakes. I got a horror one coming up, which is gonna be on Oreos, and I have another Type Moon one, which I have not decided what I'm gonna do. So we are. They'll get done somehow, some way. They'll get done. Structure does it for them. You know, tell anything about it? Okay. All right. I think that's really good. We have a lot actually. All right. Let's read this. I'm happy the sickness has gone away for the most part. I still got the sniffles, but I'm not as like hooked as I was last week. The way the Ushiromiya family treats furniture isn't accidental. It is a result of the culture and hierarchy that governs Rokenjima. At the top of this hierarchy is Kinzo, and Rosa is at the bottom of the core family. Those outside the family exist to support that system, and the furniture are firmly at the bottom. Calling them furniture reinforces this order. It serves as a reminder that they are considered less than human, are expected to obey, and are never to overstep their position. Pretty much know your place. Kinzo's influence is central to this mindset. He is the one who popularized the term furniture, and his worldview shapes how Rokenjima functions. I know I'm kind of pushing that a little bit because Beatrice and that core group do kind of do the same thing, but we're just talking about the average furniture on Rokenjima, not the supernatural stuff. That's a topic for another day. Anyways, he is the one who popularized the term furniture, and his worldview shapes how Rokenjima functions. Kinzo believes deeply in contracts, ownership, and absolute order. To him, servants are bound to service and to fulfill their purpose. His children inherit this language, and with it, his mindset toward the furniture. By adopting this term, the family creates emotional distance, referring to them in a derogatory manner. Referring to them in a derogatory manner makes it easier to demand loyalty without question. It becomes easier to issue commands, to ignore discomfort, and to avoid acknowledging them as equals. The environment on Rokenjima shapes how the furniture are treated and how they are seen. Characters like Shannon and Kanon grew up surrounded by this language, absorbing it as fact. Being called furniture didn't describe their job. It defines the perceived worth. Umineko presents this as a routine thing and not overtly malicious. In a sense, the Ushiromiya family doesn't need to humanize them. The structure does it for them. The unsettling thing about this is how routine and natural it feels. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's how Ushiromiya makes the furniture feel less than human. Pretty straightforward. Alright, I think the next section is the psychological cost of furniture, I think. I'll have to look at my outline later, but we did good. Again, I'm sorry for the expedited stream yesterday, but I was literally still on duty. So we finished this up. Tomorrow we'll do a little bit longer because I gotta finish this before the 31st. So tomorrow we'll do a section, maybe two if we can actually have enough time. Besides that, this will get done soon. Be patient, and that's pretty much it. I'm only going to be working on this besides my sprite animation. So stay tuned, and we'll get this done. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Take care and have a good one.